We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. Are you wondering why I'm quoting the Declaration of Independence for a holiday other than Independence Day? It is because one of our nation's most important holidays is often treated as nothing more than the beginning of summer. That does a disservice to all who have sacrificed so much to secure our rights. So we'll take a look at Memorial Day next on the Constitution Study.
Love the neighbors and have a few good friends. Every day we're everyday Americans. Oh, every day we're everyday Americans.
Hello there, everyday Americans. Paul Engel here with the Constitution Study, where we read and study the Constitution. Teach your action generation be free. I'm glad you could join me today. You know, when I was a child, Memorial Day was all about cookouts and auto racing. It wasn't until I grew older that I began to understand its significance as a day we remember our blessed dead. And too often, I think we forget that as time goes on. So I wanted to take some time and, look at the history of Memorial Day, look at the importance and what I think really we as the American people should be doing with it. So let's take the time now to look at Memorial Day. Today, it seems most people think the government is there to keep us safe. However, as the Declaration of Independence states, we create governments to secure our rights. During World War I, buckets, trash cans, and other metal items issued by the military were stamped with the letters GI. Some think this stood for general issue, but I lean towards the term government issue. It didn't take long before soldiers were referred to as GIs. Now, what does all this have to do with Memorial Day? Well, think back to the Declaration of Independence. To secure our rights, governments are instituted among men. When government sends out troops, be they federal military or state militia, their primary goal should be to secure our rights. Every one of them takes an oath, which includes, I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me according to the regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. Yes, they protect us from invasion, punish those who've attacked us, and frequently project foreign policy. But if their actions are legitimate, this is done to protect the unalienable rights of people both home and abroad. During these engagements, and sometimes while training for them, some of these brave men and women die in the service of their country. They gave their lives to secure to us our rights. Don't you think that's worth a little recognition? Decoration Day was first observed on May 30th, 1868, to honor those who had fallen during the Civil War. May 30th was chosen because it was not the anniversary of any Civil War battle, and it was a day when grateful people would decorate the graves of those who had fallen during the war. Then in 1971, it was made a federal holiday to honor all military personnel who died in service and renamed Memorial Day. Although a disappearing celebration, some cities and towns still hold parades and decorate the graves of veterans on this day. One national celebration of Memorial Day people may have heard of is the Indianapolis 500 race. This annual race has been held the Sunday before the decoration of Memorial Day since its first running in 1912. This includes pre-race events, many of them patriotic and honoring the fallen. Because Memorial Day is the last Monday in May, it has become the unofficial beginning of the summer season. Celebrated with cookouts and other family get-togethers, it seems fewer and fewer people are focused on the honoring of those who died to secure their rights, and instead are enjoying their cookouts and planning for summer vacations. There are still plenty of Americans who remember the fallen on Memorial Day. But are they the only ones who have sacrificed to secure our rights? There are plenty of people injured, both physically and mentally, from combat, and we should remember them as well. However, the group that often sacrifices the most, yet gets the least recognition, are the families. The mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, wives, husbands, daughters, and sons that are left behind. Yes, there are those who support them and programs to assist them, but there is no day set aside to remember the sacrifices they have made. We have Veterans Day in November when we remember all who served, but how often do we remember those who have served and supported the veteran? How often are the families remembered? Sure, when death visits them, there are friends and neighbors who offer condolences, bring food, and offer a shoulder to cry on, but what happens after that? Who takes up the role of father, and in some cases mother, after the ceremonies are over? Who invites the sons and daughters to join them in the Memorial Day parade? Who prays with the widow, not just during their darkest hour, but when the day-to-day just gets to be too much? Yes, we should all remember and honor those who sacrificed their lives to secure our rights. But I think we owe them more than an annual parade. I think we owe them taking care of their families as well. Although predating Decoration Day, on June 1st, 1863, President Abraham Lincoln gave what became known as the Gettysburg Address. Among those few and powerful words, some should ring all the louder on this Memorial Day. That from these hallowed dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, and for the people shall not perish from the earth. In his brief yet powerful speech, President Lincoln gave us a clarion call and a way to honor those who sacrificed to secure our rights. We should honor their sacrifices by resolving to continue what they died for, that we work to bring an ever new birth of freedom to this nation, and that we ensure that our government serve the people, not the people serve the government. Finally, that the United States once again becomes the home of the brave, so it can remain the land of the free. Let us take President Lincoln's admonition for those 7,000 dead and 51,000 wounded in the Civil War and honor the approximately 1.3 million servicemen and women that have given the last full measure of devotion in war to secure our rights. Not just this year, but each and every Memorial Day, as long as we live. And while we're at it, let us not forget the families whose pain and sacrifice continue while their loved ones are laid to rest. I can think of no better way to honor the dead than to do our best to support those they left behind. Is this day a memorial for you, or the opportunity to have a cookout? That's really what I'm talking about. See, they say freedom isn't free, and that's true. Men and women have sacrificed for our rights, to secure our rights. Don't we owe them some honor? Don't we owe them not just taking care of them, but taking care of their families? See, that's what I think Memorial Day should be about, remembering those who sacrificed and reminding ourselves to take care of those they left behind. That, to me, is Memorial Day. Sure, I'm going to enjoy the races, I'm going to enjoy the cookouts, but Memorial Day is about honoring those who sacrificed and supporting those who they left behind. That's why one of the traditions I've picked up for Memorial Day is to watch Taking Chance. It's an interesting Kevin Bacon movie about how our military dead are treated when they come home. Regardless of how you decide to celebrate, I hope you do remember the fallen and maybe pledge to yourself that you will pick up the mantle they sacrificed for, securing the rights of not only you and your family, but others as well. I think that is an honorable way to memorialize those who gave their lives, the last full measure of devotion, so that we could be free. I hope you liked the episode I did here. You can find the links and even more articles at the website, constitutionstudy.com. But you can also support the work that we're doing here. For example, I found this great course called The Miracle of America. It's a history lesson from the Pilgrims through the drafting of the Constitution. It helps explain why this country is built the way it is, why the Declaration and Constitution were written that way, what our founding fathers had in mind, and why. I liked it so much I made a deal with the owners to get you a lesson absolutely free. Just go to constitutionstudy.com/1776 study guide. That's the numerals 1776 study guide. You'll be taken to a custom landing page just for my listeners where you can read up on the course, but most importantly, you can enroll for a free lesson on God's natural law. You get an hour of content and a downloadable study guide absolutely free. And if you like that and you want to take the rest of the course, well, you can sign up there for just $17.76. But it starts with that trip to constitutionstudy.com/1776 study guide and enrolling for your free lesson today. You can also support the Constitution Study with your cell phone. So I joined Patriot Mobile years ago because, well, they're America's only Christian conservative wireless provider. I love the fact that they didn't spend their money trying to destroy our rights. I also like the fact that they take a portion of every dollar they make and they use it to support organizations that are defending our rights. NRA, Turning Point, even the Constitution Study. Go to patriotmobile.com/constitution and find a plan that works for you. Then be sure to use the code Constitution at checkout to get free activation. That's right. You go to patriotmobile.com/constitution, find a plan, you sign up, use that code Constitution. You're not only getting great wireless service all across the country, you're supporting those who are protecting your rights and defending your freedom, including the Constitution Study. Now, I hope you enjoyed this episode. It was rather brief, but it was a poignant point. I hope you'll share it with others. Let others know the importance of Memorial Day and all the work that we do here at the Constitution Study. In fact, I hope you'll invite them to join us here next time for the Constitution Study.